Hi, I'm James, and I'm a screenwriter.
My name's Ben, and I'm a director.
Hi, I'm Janelle, I'm a project manager.
I'm Lauren, and I'm an art director.
I'm JD, and I'm a cinematographer.
I'm Zach, I'm a cameraman.
I'm Kyle, I'm an editor.
I'm Andy, I'm an editor.
I'm David, and I'm an editor.
I had two options and I chose here because of the open day that I had such a good experience. I thought, I'll do it.
I tried going to York University and wasn't happy with the course there, and so after a year I left and came here and was a lot happier.
I had a few interviews at other universities, and when I came to the one here I liked that it was like a smaller like classes and stuff. So.
I wanted to stay close to friends and family.
I applied for the proper uni here, but they wouldn't accept me, so I came here.
I'm originally from Hull, and I wanted a chance to relive my northern roots, so I came here, and I liked that it's an arts college, and yeah, I didn't want to attend the proper lecture, stereotypical uni, and I preferred this place.
My first impressions was that it seemed really good, but obviously to actually fully know it, I experienced it more when I did a film later on.
My first experience was quite refreshing compared to the size of the classes in York compared to here. It just meant that you understood what you were meant to be learning a lot clearer compared to other courses.
I was kind of disappointed at the lack of practical work to begin with, but it soon changed. So
My first impressions were that it was a bit too art-based, but the people on the course seemed alright.
It was good because our first lesson was with Jeff.
I thought it was alright at first, but I was a bit disappointed with the equipment they had, really.
My first impressions were actually good, because from day one you kind of get encouraged to think outside the box instead of just being too literal 24/7.
My favourite projects has always been the director's workshop pieces because it means we actually get to film.
My favourite projects was when we was with Brion doing After Effects.
my favourite project was working on The Raven because I was able to do more my area of work and explore more design ideas rather than being given briefs to complete.
My favourite projects were the time we spent with Hugh Gordon, and this year's more independent projects like The Raven and my own pieces.
I liked working with Jeremy in the studio because that's what I want to do.
I'm going to say any lesson I did with Jeff.
I liked professional orientation because we got Joan, who actually works in the industry.
Probably Neil's briefs from first and second year. I just enjoyed them because they were a lot more experimental, and it's what I enjoyed them more than everything else.
I've been Jeremy and Dave Windass, who I had for Cats.
100% Jeremy.
Ginny and Steve and Brion, those were my favourites.
Mine was Neil because his projects and stuff were a lot more art-based, so it's more suited to the area I want to work in.
Mine was probably between Hugh and Jeremy. They've both got like really good practical skills and knowledge in the industry.
I like Jeremy because he actually trusted us and gave us the opportunity to work with a 16mm camera.
I love Jeff.
I'd say Jeff and Brion.
I'd say probably Neil.
Johnny B, who I worked with on Jonathan Webb, Graham,
Johnny and Sadie, as well as people in this room, and Liam.
Johnny B and Sadie.
Liam and Penny, they were both really fun to work on the project.
I really got on with Tom because I knew him from college, and Johnny B as well.
Johnny, Batchard and Godwin. And the years that are here now, I don't really like any of the second years. But the first years I like Liam, Penny and Gav.
I love Johnny Barchard. And then first years, love Liam. Penny, gotta love Gav.
Gotta say, Joel Senior Farmer.
I don't really get on with anyone.
My first memory is probably doing a presenting with Zach.
My first memory would be coming in about a week before the course started. Still not applied, but still given a position because I think they needed to make the numbers up.
Accidentally shouting at Adam Bassett. Not realising that he was kind of deaf.
My first memory was during the induction day, and we're all sat in the base room, and it was all like really awkward silence, and Zach, Janelle and Kyle all managed to break it by messing around.
I had one of my mates who I went to college with, and a couple of people I went to college with, was already like just basically started having a laugh when Brian was trying to teach us about sound, and Brian got really upset because he was laughing at his sound.
My interview, and I remember Peter Goungel like just interrupted halfway through, and I found it really rude.
In the induction week, we all went to Bradford, and me and Carl decided that we didn't like the museum that we went to, so we buggered off and found a white supremacist pub.
Failing style junkies.
My worst memory was when I got locked in the base room.
Equipment issues.
A multitude of equipment, and how none of it ever worked.
The computers wouldn't render out projects.
Kind of walked into the wall.
I planned my full shoot using a generator, and they turned around the day before I was about to shoot and said, "You can't use a generator." And now I was like, "Cheers, man. Appreciate it."
All of it. I'd probably say just like the trips we had, like on the coaches, just everyone having a laugh. It's probably like the funniest times.
RTS Awards are pretty good. Getting drunk and other various hijinks.
When we were coming back from Bradford, and you know, being the mature people we are, we laughed at a road sign that said Anal Road.
When me and Penny built a fort out of Argos catalogues in the studio.
The Net 315 presentation, where at the end of a certain person to my right's piece, my one awakening came up, and the look on the judges' faces while we were trying not to laugh.
Lessons on CAD programs like SketchUp and Cinema 4D, because that's like a skill that I'll be lacking after finishing a university degree.
I think that we need to work with actors more.
Jeremy needs to play a much larger role.
We should have more lessons with Brion.
I just think more time hands-on with equipment for people who want to be on cameras and people who want to do lighting or sound or whatever.
Yeah, I think the rate that the updates that the uni actually get around to doing needs to be a lot quicker.
I don't think they need to change anything on the course. I think what they need to change is the description of the course, rather to mostly practical to mostly paperwork.
Just get better equipment, definitely, because we've all had to like buy our own equipment, which sucks.
More workshops, and yeah, it would have been nice to have had like more equipment in first year.
I think I'll miss probably everyone.
The majority of the people on this course, if not all the people as actual students, I'm going to miss.
I'm going to be cliche and say I'm going to miss everyone.
Everyone.
I'm going to miss everyone, to be honest with you. Like, I think we all got on pretty well. It's going to be like weird.
I'm going to miss Neil and Vinayan.
There's a few people I'll miss. I'll just say that. Yeah.
I'm going to miss the DV capture index.
Job roles of all the different departments and how they all kind of tie together to do productions.
To study cinematography, kind of off your own back and try and teach yourself as much as you can, and then gain experience from people and from places.
Patience.
Teamwork.
If I didn't laugh, I'd cry.
You got to accept his shit. Move on.
Practice makes perfect.
My plan is to do a lot of writing.
Look into apprenticeships with the BBC.
Mostly travelling for me.
I'm planning on getting a bit of experience of using CAD programs and applying for some design trainee schemes.
I'm going to start doing some more portrait work, photography work and weddings and stuff to make money.
I'm just going to apply for every job I can find and hopefully see where that takes me.
I'm going to try and get more into photography than film.
Look for any jobs going, really. Maybe get into like photography as well.
Apply for any work I can get, even if it's not what I really want to do, because experience is experience.
I couldn't read and write very well, so I used to watch films with subtitles to help my reading and writing, and then I just thought, as a film had given me something, I decided to work into it to give something back.
And the thing that made me want to do this was Back to the Future.
I was originally interested in interior design, and then when I went to a college open day for my A-levels, I went and looked at the film studies course and talked with the lecturer about how those kind of like art skills can be transferred into film.
I'd always loved film, and then I started studying film at college and making films at college.
It has to be my college tutor, Mr. Derek. He just gave me a letter and said, "Do you want to come to a meeting?" And I'm like, go on then. So he dragged me into sixth form, and I thought unis is the obviously next option. So I thought, yeah, I'll go with that.
I was doing bricklaying and joinery, and then got a letter at school, "Do you want to come to this meeting?" So I went. Mr. Derek said, told all about TV and film. Did that at college, just thought, yeah, why not?
I thought I like film, so I'll just do film.
I was always just a really big film buff, really, from like being a little child. Like, I remember being like 4 years old. I was lying on my dad's body, and we were watching the Terminator.
What's been said, like I've genuinely really enjoyed my time here, like with everyone and like learning everything, and I'm kind of looking forward just to graduating with this big set of idiots.
Live long and prosper.
I'm Lindsay, and I like to dabble into everything.
Oh,